Are you ready for some football? Super Sunday's in the rearview mirror, so while the sporting world gets off their gridiron fixation, things heat up on the pitch in the prep ranks. That means revenge is the name of the game for one squad looking to even the score atop the Pioneer League's rankings. And speaking of spending time on top, the North Saxons have a shakeup when their leader goes down for the year. So when the league lead is on the line, will they have an excuse or will they march on while he cheers from the courtside? Fire up, Torrance. The Sports Desk starts right now. What's up, Torrance? Nice to see you here on another week on the Sports Desk. I'm Wan Hernandez. Let's get it all started. It's been the headline in-town rivalry all winter for Torrance schools. The ladies in Tartar Maroon and Spartan Green, duking it out each and every season to be the Pioneer League's top-ranked team heading into CIF playoffs. Of course, both squads still have to take care of business against teams like North and El Segundo, but every year it somehow comes down to who's going to win the two matchups between Torrance and South High. With the Spartans taking round one back in January, the Tartars clearly had two things on their mind, and one of them was as simple as one word. Rhymes with shmishmenj.
Honestly, we played good the last time at South. We dominated that whole game, but I think we just had a little bit of more revenge this game, and we really wanted it.
Revenge seemed to be the word that best described the second meeting between the South and Torrance soccer squads. It was no secret that it was a must-win for Torrance at their home field.
We wanted it so bad, it's unbelievable. We had our team dinner last night. We got crazy pumped. We planned what we were gonna do. We got it all through our head. We told everyone what to do. We got really prepared, and we wanted this thing so bad. And I think everyone came out really pumped and really ready for this game. And we took it hard, and I'm glad we won.
I was really nervous. I knew that they were gonna come out hard, but I tried to not show it. I feel like my team was a little bit nervous to begin with, but after those two goals, we kind of shut down, and it was unlucky, but that's soccer.
We knew we had to win in order to be co-Pioneer League champs. This was our game. My last year, we all wanted it so bad. This was our game at our house.
And Allison left her game-winning mark in her last match ever against the Spartans.
Just don't mess up. You're one-on-one with the keeper. This is your time to shine. This is your game winning. You just got to bury it.
Torrance buried that second goal, and although the Spartans played tough to the last minute, they just couldn't respond.
I just felt like we came back last time with 2 goals, and I felt like we could do it again, but it was just hard. I just tried to stay positive because when one person gets negative, the next gets negative, and it just creates a lot of drama on the team. So I just tried to stay upbeat and positive, but in the end, we just didn't get the result.
This one, I feel, probably was a little more intense, and I think our team picked it up a lot more because we were in the lead, but I think that the team did so well together, and we played really good soccer today, and we definitely deserved this one like we did the last one, but we pulled this one through. We had great goal by Allison, great goal by Peyton, putting him in the back of the net, and it really got us to win, and I'm so excited.
Heading into this game, South was sitting in first place undefeated in the Pioneer League. The Tartars said they wanted revenge, and they got it, handing the Spartans their first loss of the season. These two teams now share first place in the Pioneer League heading into the second half of the season, and if all goes as it should and both schools win out, they will share the Pioneer League crown once again.
It's not over. We treat every game like it's this game. Every game our intensity is the same, our focus is the same, and we just need that win.
I think the intensity with us in Torrance is always a lot, but our main focus is always CIF, and this is great for them to win against us, but we also won, so it's great to just win league, and now we're just moving on to CIF, the bigger picture.
We can't stop. We have to keep pushing because every game matters. There's always a lucky goal or something in soccer, so we have to keep pushing and not give up because we don't have it set right now. We have to keep going if we want first in league.
In 2011, the Tartars were the Pioneer League champs. In 2012, the Spartans and the Tartars shared the title. Last year, the Spartans won it outright. If the pattern follows suit, South and Torrance will have to flip a coin for who will be the first and second seeds heading into the CIF playoffs. From Torrance High School, I'm Haley Outen for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Haley. So both squads sitting in a tie atop the Pioneer League standings just weeks before the regular season will wrap up. Each with a home and away this week, taking on other Pioneer schools. Down the stretch, Lawndale really the only team that has a chance of getting into the mix to disrupt that #1 spot, with both Torrance and South facing them once more before CIF playoffs. Now, taking a glimpse at the rest of the Pioneer League standings, just about 2 more weeks left here, but here's where they all are heading into February. Like I said, Lawndale, having lost to both teams already, the only squad within striking distance of first place. Although another reason to keep an eye on them, should they top either South or Torrance in one of their matchups and drop the other, it could give the winner a chance to pull away in sole position of first place. Meanwhile, the boys of the Pioneer League, not such a clear picture. Top to bottom, the difference in the loss column between the leader and last place sits at a mere 2 matches, making the matchup between the Tartars and the Saxons pivotal for every squad across the league. But, of course, the Tartars aren't concerned with every team across the league. They're just focused on how they're going to hang a couple on the win column.
1, 2, 3, Torrance!
Torrance scored within the first minute of play and continued to control this game against North. Last year, North was the team in first place of the Pioneer League. This year, it's the Tartars that look to take the #1 spot and do something that they didn't do last year.
Normally scoring within the first 5-10 minutes is very important to any kind of games, just because it kind of can take momentum quickly out of the opposing team, or give us just that boost of energy and that boost of confidence that, in a tight game, would definitely help us out.
Scoring from the very beginning, it lets them know that we're a tough team and we're out here to win.
We've been struggling lately. Usually we've been scoring at the very end, kind of like pushing the game to the limit. So thank God we scored, and it really helped us out.
This wasn't only a league win for the Tartars, but also a win against their rival.
Not just because it's a league game, it's a rivalry here in Torrance to play against the other schools, and it's a great feeling to win.
The rivalry kind of built up over the years, since I've been playing since freshman year, and I just hate them. I can't take it losing to them or anything. So it's just nice to beat them and smash them like this.
And beating North keeps Torrance in the running for first place in the Pioneer League.
League is very huge again, like I said, and it's something that we definitely can attain is that title.
I think it would be very important if we stay on top since the beginning to keep in first place, stay in first place.
We haven't came first place in this league in the longest time, and it's just nice being up top instead of coming down from behind.
Being in the top spot also means going to the playoffs, where the Tartars hope to continue their success.
Last year we kind of got a glimpse of the playoffs, and it'll be nice if we actually make a run this year. So that's what I'm looking for.
It's going to be a competitive battle for first place, but the Tartars say they're ready. From Torrance, this is Valerie Ortega reporting for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Valerie. All right, we are headed off to our first break of the day. You got your soccer fix, and next up we have news from courtside. Literally, North's main man now rooting for his team from the bench. Time to see who will fill his role and keep the Saxons on track, so stick around.
Being a gold medalist skier requires a lot of hard work, intense training, and time outside on the mountain. But taking care of my skin is easy and doesn't affect my performance. Every day I apply sunscreen and wear protective gear. I know protecting my skin will help prevent skin cancer and avoid wrinkles. I get my skin checked regularly by a dermatologist. 1 in 5 Americans will develop some form of skin cancer in their lifetime. My name is Julia Mancuso, and I'm wearing orange to help put a spotlight on skin cancer.
Hey, ich bin ein Sanitäter, ich sehe, wo wir sind. Hey, ich bin ein Sanitäter, ich heiße Nils. Sprich kein Deutsch, ne? Wie viele Minuten? Bitte mit deiner Maske, okay? Wie heißen Sie?
What can just $1 buy? $1 can go a long way, so imagine what 10 could do. Item donations distract the relief effort and can cost more to ship than what they are actually worth. So stop sending canned goods and start sending cash, because just $1 can make all the difference.
Hi, welcome back to the Sports Desk. Before we went to break, we got a good glimpse of the Pioneer League standings from the pitch, while the scene over on the hardwood, completely different story. Take the North Saxons, for example. They're just flat out good. But anytime a team's leader goes down with an injury, it's natural and necessary to ask how the rest of the squad is going to react. Will they fall apart? Will they march on? Who's going to step in and fill those shoes? Or can they even be filled? Tamerlada has the answers to those questions as it applies to Luke Duperon's crew.
It is far too early to think about the big dance. But with a victory over Centennial, North boys basketball team locked up the #1 spot in the Pioneer League. And they were able to do it without their starting point guard, Cole Flippin, who was out for the remaining of the season after suffering a right wrist fracture against Lawndale.
I think our coaches prepared us really well for this game. It was a home game. We lost to them at their house, so we really needed this win to take on first place in the league. And I just think our coaches did a great job to help us accomplish that goal.
When the anchor of the team went down with an injury, Coach Luke Duperon had a heart-to-heart talk with his players.
It's one of those things, I love Co to death. I love all my players. It's one of those things, it's next man up. And I told my team after he got hurt, I told him after the game that we got to be ready to go. The next senior steps up, and they've been stepping up to the bell and doing a great job.
Mayron Nazarene has big shoes to fill as he replaces Cole, but he's ready for the golden opportunity.
It feels really good because he's one of the best players on the team, and it's an honor to step up and play his role.
He's been in and out of the starting lineup, but he really stepped up. He's really been stepping up like I know he can, and he's just played beautifully today.
Cole will be at every game to support his teammates from the bench.
You know, I've been a player, so I've been through it, so they know I know what's best on the floor, and the coach will tell them, and then the coach tells me, and then I can get in their head further because the players relate to other players, and that's just the only thing I can do right now and help my team benefit from that.
Thanks, Tamara. Up this week for the Saxons, the Maroon Monsoon going to travel to North and take a couple swings at them, see if they can get on track in the Pioneer League themselves. 2 games separate them and that third-place spot for a CIF berth as we start February. Then the league-leading Saxons meet up with Lawndale to break their tie atop the standings. So the Saxons not out of the clear yet. First place with 2 weeks to go. We'll see how it all shakes down. As for the girls, West High still making plenty of noise along with freshman Jasmine Jones and Kylie Fujioka. In fact, anytime a team locks up more than 20 wins in a season, we know to expect a potential CIF juggernaut in the making. And with last week's come-from-behind win over Miracosta, the Warriors have positioned themselves to do exactly that. Their 5th league win gives them a little separation to secure that #1 spot for now. Taking on second-place Redondo at the end of this week will give us all a very clear picture of where West is going to sit heading into this winter's playoffs. Meanwhile, at Bishop Montgomery, the objective is exactly the same. Handle business in league, especially when your biggest rival pays a visit. On the heels of the boys losing to Sarah at home just a couple weeks ago, it was now up to the Lady Knights to get back on that revenge track like the Tartars soccer squad. Reina Ale has that story.
The Bishop and Sarah rivalry continues, and this time the girls basketball team battled for that first-place seed in the Delray League. A second-half run was just a little too late, as the Lady Knights lost 58-48.
Sarah started the game in a full-court man-to-man pressure defense, which really gave the Knights some problems. They advanced the ball plenty of times. However, Coach Reyes believes the reason why they lost this game has been the story all season: missed layups.
Easy turnovers lead to easy baskets. Easy missed layups lead to easy baskets the other way. You know, and even when we got close, we'd shoot ourselves in the foot. We'd miss a layup, or we'd foul them, or something else would happen. I mean, it was ours for the taking, and we just didn't do it.
The Knights were led by junior Chelsea Leidy with 19 points, 14 in the second half. Her energy sparked that comeback, and even though the Cavaliers won the game, she wanted to make it clear that next time they play each other, there will be a different ending.
We really wanted to show them why they came here to play us and tell them that we're not nothing and we're still capable of beating them, but we didn't show up in the fourth quarter, and we have to do better next time.
Janelle Odianu chipped in 18 points herself. She was a huge presence inside for the Knights, but foul trouble took her out of the game at crucial moments. Minor changes and improvements need to be made as a team for their next face-off February 13th, and the girls are more than ready.
I think next time we can just protect the ball more. We have really good guards that are very talented. Personally, I think I can stay out of foul trouble and be smarter, and then also just finishing all of our layups and just capitalizing on the other team's errors, because we're not going to get second chances. And at this level in league play, possessions matter a lot.
From Torrance, this is Reina Ale reporting for the Sports Desk.
The Knights followed that loss to Sarah up with a league win over Bishop Vermont later in the week, so they managed to keep track and don't let the loss to their rivals derail them. Just like every other standings board in town, time is running out, so now every game very crucial, but none more than when the Knights will close out the year against Sarah. their chance at revenge in the last game of the season. Assuming everything goes to suit and the Knights can win out down the stretch, the matchup against Sarah will actually give them a chance to win a share of the Del Rey League title. Doubt Coach Reyes will let her team look too far ahead and focus on that, though, with 2 more league games to go before their rematch against the Cavaliers. Right now, just the 1 game separating those 2 teams. All right, everybody, break number 2. Stick around, because when we come back, our first little taste of action from the Diamond. I told you, football is officially gone. Time to start moving on with our lives.
Hi, I'm Chris Burke, an actor who happens to have Down syndrome. Join me in watching some great stories about inspiring people with Down syndrome.
If somebody asks me what Down syndrome is, I tell them it's just an extra chromosome in your body and it just makes learning a little more difficult.
I just hope many people with Down syndrome can follow their dreams and the passion of what they love to do.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I think she has more abilities than I do. Just to emit this incredible love that everybody was drawn to.
I thought his story was amazing. I thought he needed to get out there to inspire other people.
My name is Annie.
I'm a Salem Barlow.
I'm Megan.
Serena.
And this is my
great story.
My great story.
This is my great story. You can watch at ndss.org/stories.
Shell shock, psychoneuroses, battle fatigue, PTSD. So far as combat is concerned, I think the stress is going to be the same in any kind of a war.
I think it takes strength to recognize that you need help and to get the help.
Ask your squad leader, platoon sergeant for help. You get shot up, you don't hesitate about going for treatment. A lot of times you can be wounded in your mind. There's nothing wrong by bringing that to other people's attention and asking for help.
Hey Torrance, welcome back to the Sports Desk. We're just about wrapped up for the week, but before we finish here, we're going to check in on the El Camino College campus. We've been talking for a while now about all eyes being on the 2 hoop squads, and the time has finally come where things are picking back up in the world of Warrior sports. I'm speaking, of course, about baseball season. The Warriors winning their first 2 games of the season going into Super Bowl weekend with a solid W over West LA. The news of that game, the solid pitching performance from starter Andrew Bershinger. Talk about quality starts here. He goes 6 full innings, allowing just 1 hit and 1 run. Sends 9 back to the pine. Do the math. That means of the 18 outs he recorded in the Warrior W, half of them were strikeouts. Crash Davis says that many strikeouts are fascist. I say Elko feeling good about their starting rotation early in the season. And the ladies looking solid on the softball field also. They had a double dip over the weekend all the way up in Moore Park, made the drive worthwhile, but by smashing Moore Park and then handling Golden West as well. So it may be early on, but both the baseball and softball squads on the El Camino campus getting a little spring in their early springtime step. Meanwhile, the men on the hardwood toughen things out, looking for their first South Coast Conference win still. Been a rough season to say the least. 2 home games remaining on their schedule, one against Cerritos College and another against LA Southwest, which will close out their 2013 and 2014 season. As for the ladies, they've got a little bit of ground to make up down the stretch here. 3 games back from Cerritos and Long Beach, sitting in the middle of the conference standings. They'll have the same home games, so a shot at Cerritos if they can put themselves in position to make some moves in the standings. Again, wrapping it all up against LA Southwest at home, hoping they'll get their shot at the SoCal Regional Playoff berth, which begins February 26th. In the meantime, before we wrap it all up here, going to throw out our contact info as always. When you want to invite us out to a game, let us know what you're up to, whatever it is. Don't be afraid to say hey via Facebook or email. We do try to get out and cover as many of your events as possible, and it's always good hearing from you fans out there. You want proof? Check it out. Connor Heedy saw us talking about the Maroon Monsoon and invited us out to hang with the crowd. He took all our videos about the fans at Torrance High and got a little creative. So go to our Facebook page to see what he shared, spreading the word and a little Tartar pride even farther. All right, Connor, thanks for the shout out. It was great hanging with y'all another week on the Sports Desk. See you soon, Torrance.